Hi there, Marcia. This is Marcia Lemery, and Marcia has been to Warriors Weekend for 2 years, approaching her third. I'd like you to help me explain a little bit about this event and about the experience. What I'd like you to share with me about first is your drive down the first year.
The first year, a good friend and I hopped in the car, came down to Port O'Connor from Abilene, Texas. Enjoyed
Nice drive.
It was a very nice drive. Got to our hotel and said, what have we got ourselves into here? It was obviously not your 5-star, top-of-the-line hotel. We get our keys, we go in the room, the air conditioner does not work. There are grasshoppers, beetles, cockroaches, wall to wall. My dog sleeps on the floor. I didn't want my dog on the floor.
Ooh.
It was filthy. It was humid as well as hot, which I'm not used to.
No.
We hung our things up in little compartment cubby holes that act as closets, right? Put some things in the drawers and went out to just go scope out the land to see where we needed to be first thing in the morning. And when we came back, our things were nicely displayed on our beds.
Oh.
Everything we had put in the closet or in the dressers was laid out. And we're like,
beds.
well now, if you're going to go through our stuff, you shouldn't be a little discreet.
One would think, yeah,
you know?
really. Lousy crooks, if you ask me.
So the next morning, we just got up early and went, did our thing doing some massages, came back either for lunch or dinner later that day. And my friend had her iPhone with her, but she didn't take the charger and all the little pieces and parts, accessories, the bag. That was all now missing. It wasn't just that they had looked through everything and made that up. Things were gone. And so she went down and made a complaint, said, can we talk to the people who clean the room? Can we talk to managers or somebody here? And he said, well, let me go in the back and check and see if anything's been found, right? Well, she followed him like a shadow. He thought she was still standing at the front desk. She was not. She was right behind him. And she said the back room looked like a mini department store in the electronics unit. There was every kind of computer, laptop, iPhone, accessory, bags for phones. It was just awful. So what we had to do from that point on is every single thing we owned and took up into the room, we had to take to the car, put it in the trunk, go do our massages. And then when we came back, we had to go through the trunk, get out our toothbrush or whatever we needed, pack it all up, and we had to do that for the duration.
And that was a pain.
That was a pain.
And then the second year, your traveling companion was not anxious to return.
No.
I wonder why. But you were, I want to come. And I was, well, how about flying?
What I did was...
And we got you to Houston. We got Barbara Davenport took good care of you. But tell me about the flight.
The flight, unfortunately, took place on a stormy day, and we had consistent turbulence from Abilene to Dallas, as well as from Dallas to Houston. The Dallas to Houston flight, the turbulence got to be even a little worse.
Ooh.
And there were moments when there were laptops and whatever people had in their hands up on the ceiling.
Ooh.
And there was one moment where Tex, who was laying on the floor of the plane in front of my feet, was just in midair, just hovering there.
Ooh.
That's not in her leader dog contract.
No.
Hovering,
no.
yeah. And I was trying, when dogs get scared, what they'll do is bolt like a horse, and they'll just run full speed to get that adrenaline out and just go. Well, there's no place in a plane for that.
No.
So I picked her up and was holding her with great force against my chest and trying to keep her calm and trying to keep her with me, because she was now convinced we're going to die, you know. And she was little. She just turned 3 last week. She was 2 then, you know. So she didn't have the mental or maturity for what was going on. And the stewardess, I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she was having a bad day, taking it out on me, I don't know what. But she said, your dog has to be on the floor. Your dog has to be in front of your seat. Your dog has to be under the seat. I'm like, ma'am, there is nothing under the seat. It's all on the ceiling. I didn't know what to say. And it was just hellish. And so when we finally landed, Tex was sick. Many of the people were sick. And it was just
A challenge.
a challenge, yeah.
So you've had these two lovely traveling experiences,
Yes.
and you're willing to come back for a third year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think you're a masochist, so why? Why are you bothering?
I refuse to be a do-nothing blind person. The stereotype blind person doesn't take part, doesn't participate. I can't live like that. I have to be me. I have to be involved. I have to do something. I am patriotic. I want to do more than give it lip service. I want to actually do something for people who do serve.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you experience anything during the event that you felt was related to PTSD behavior?
One comes to mind. There was a gentleman I saw walking around the whole weekend, and his brother, fellow fighter, I don't know who the man was like a cheerleader beside him. And he's saying, you're doing really well. People are talking, they're eating, you're breathing, you're fine. Let's just walk around some more. And I could hear this. And I knew something special was going on, but I really didn't interrupt that. I didn't want to do anything to
Right.
invade that space.
Right.
But he came over to me and said, may I meet your dog? May I see your dog? And I said, absolutely. And I don't have any problem with the guys petting my dog. And Texas went over to the man, and the man's big. I mean, I can hold Texas, but this man was a good 2 feet taller than me.
Wow.
Big mountain of a man. And he squatted down and scooped Texas up in his arms and stood up. Didn't talk to her, didn't pet her, just held her. Just held her. And when he was done, he said, thank you. And he put her down. And I said, you're welcome. And I don't know what happened. I just knew it was good.
Did you have any experiences with traumatic brain injury?
There was a fellow massage therapist who came to me and asked what she needed to do because this was the first time for her. And I told her, don't focus in on any melted ear, scar tissue, missing limb. They're here to be honored and feel pleasure and feel safe. And I said, the last thing they need is a massage therapist who's wigging because of something. I said, focus in on he served your country and you get to serve him, and just give him the best massage you can give somebody. And we had a good talk and a hug and a prayer, and she went back in and did a great job.
I actually had people writing me after the event talking about how you helped them and how you guided them, and I've certainly benefited from your being there as one of the other instructors. But what I didn't know is that you're working 12 to 15 hours a day. Had I known that, if I wasn't doing it myself, I probably would have had some words with you, but I do really appreciate the love that you were sharing. Could you share, you shared with me earlier when we were talking about this, certain things that happened, certain stories that were unique to there, and I want you to share those stories now. The one that we refer to as the family story. So if you would just go through the details on that, I would appreciate it.
The mom was on the table, lovely lady. She and her husband served, and they had 3 children. The youngest of the 3 was about 4 or 5 years old, and she was a wreck. She was pacing back and forth in front of my massage. The massage tables have little sheets hanging from the ceiling to give you a little privacy. I could see her little feet, and she was fretting. What is a massage, and what is this person doing to my mom, and what is a massage, and what, she was just a wreck. Do I have to come in there and save my mom is where she was at. And I could feel her anxiety, and I said, sweetheart, come in here. She goes, come in there. And she begged, what could be in here? And I said, come in here, and I put my hand on her mom, and I put her little hand on mine, and I said, this is what we're going to do. And we started, she goes, okay, you can do this to my mom. I now have permission.
Good, you've got that.
That's right. And so this is going on. Well, the second oldest daughter, who's about 8 to 10, comes in fretting, going, I lost my little sister. I can't find her anywhere. I said, she's in here. So the second oldest is now in there. And she goes, what are we doing? We're giving your mom a massage. And I take her to the other side of the massage table and get her massaging. So now I'm working the shoulders. I've got a daughter over here working this arm. I got a daughter over there working that arm. It's a family event. The oldest daughter comes in, says, "Where are my sisters?" "We don't know. They're in here." She comes in. She's about 12 to 15, and somewhere in there. Beautiful, well-mannered, lovely daughters. Terrific, right? I get her rubbing the mom's feet. I'm rubbing her head. She's getting her arm. She's happy, right? We're good. We're laughing. We're talking. The husband said, "Where's my wife?" And all the 3 kids and the mom go, "We're in here." So he comes in. And he said, "What are y'all doing in here? Get out of here. Your mama get a massage." And we're doing a massage. We are the massage therapists. And that was a joint massage for a full half hour with the whole family. It was lovely.
That would be lovely.
It was.
You told me about somebody you described as having extremely long arms.
Well, you know, as a massage therapist, most people, when they hang their arms off the front of the massage table, their hands don't touch the floor.
No.
This gentleman put his hands flat on the floor and still had his elbows bent.
Ooh.
Okay?
Big guy.
Yeah, big
Very
guy.
big guy.
And in my world, if you have any activity on the floor, my dog is going to come join you. Okay? That's just a rule. If you get on the floor, we're either going to play ball, or we're going to cuddle, or we're going to groom. Something good is going to happen
When you get on the floor.
when we get on the floor. So this man had his hands on the floor, and Tex stays under the massage table when I'm doing a massage. So she just rolled over there and loved on him and pressed her fur into his arm. He didn't ask me what it was. He didn't want to know. He just shot out of that room like there was a 20-pound roach under the table. He was scared spitless. And his big Marine buddies had already been in and had their massage. And he was clearly scared. He was clearly wide-eyed.
Right.
Right? He wasn't just leaving. He was clearly leaving for a reason.
Yes.
Well, his buddies grabbed him outside and they said, "Are we afraid of the little CNI dog?" And for the rest of the weekend, if I went to go get a drink or grab a quick sandwich or a bite, his buddies would line up between me and him and say, "We'll protect you from the CNI dog. We won't let her get you." And it never ended, and it escalated with other people getting involved. It took on a life of its own. It was
I'm
funny.
sure it did. Yeah, the third one you said that really tickled me was about the fellow you gave a little surprise to. Would you
Oh,
share?
that's one of my favorites. A number of people were in the room, milling about, maybe in the hundreds. It's a big room, lots of people around. It sounds like restaurant noise.
Yeah.
And the gentleman came in, got on my table, and very politely says, "You know, I'm really sad I didn't get that blind massage therapist. I've heard about her. I was just kind of hoping I'd get her." And I didn't let on. I said, "Well, you know, you get the luck of the draw. I'll do the best I can." You know. And I figured at some point he would notice I'm not making eye contact, something. Well, they're face down first, so I really wasn't expecting him to say anything right away.
Right.
But when he rolled over, well, by that time he was jello. I mean, I just relaxed that boy, you know. And he was just laying there going, and I finished the massage, and I said, "Well, I'm going to step out and get your shirt on." And when I did, Tex was like, "You're not leaving me in here." And so she came screeching out from under that table, and loud, proud Marine style, he went, "Hey, you are the blind lady." And the whole room laughed. I mean, everybody was laughing at him. So that was good.
Well, I am curious. One more question. It is, what advice would you give to massage therapists about coming to Warriors Weekend?
I would say give it a try. I would say stick your toe in the water, come see if you like it. It is an experience that you'll be proud to be a part of.
Thank you, MARSHA.